Everyone tells you not to file Social Security at age 62. They say it's a mistake. They say you're looking at a smaller benefit for the rest of your life. And they say if you can possibly wait until age 67 or 70, you should. And you know what? Sometimes they're right. But sometimes they're completely wrong, because Social Security is not just a math problem. It's also a life expectancy problem. It's a tax problem. It's a marriage problem. And it's a portfolio problem. And perhaps most importantly, it's a quality of life problem. So today, I want to walk you through 7 great reasons to file for Social Security at age 62, not because everybody should, but because millions of Americans have perfectly good reasons to turn that income stream on early. Welcome to the UnRetired, where you're not done, but you're finally doing what you want. If you enjoy retirement planning, Social Security strategies, and real-world retirement advice, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It does help us build the channel and the community. And also a quick disclaimer, this video is for education and information purposes only. It's not financial advice. And as I always say, everybody's financial situation is so completely different and individualized. So make sure you run your own numbers. And if you can, consult with a qualified financial planner. All right. One reason that this decision about when to take Social Security is so misunderstood is that people treat it like there's one right answer. But in reality, there are 3 basic choices that you have to do. And the first is you can file at age 62 and accept a reduced benefit, which is generally about 30% less than if you waited until full retirement age. You can wait until full retirement age and you can receive your standard benefit, or you can delay until age 70 and receive the largest monthly benefit, usually about 30% more than your full retirement age benefit. One thing I always encourage people to do is go to socialsecurity.gov and check out what your FRA, your full retirement benefit, is going to be, because that's also a big part of the decision-making process. So on paper, waiting often looks better because the monthly checks get larger, but that's only part of the story, and this is where it gets complicated. The real trade-off, though, is actually fairly simple. Do you want smaller checks for more years, or do you want larger checks for fewer years? And that brings us to the biggest variable in the entire equation, and this is it. Nobody knows how long they're going to live. If you live way into your 90s, delaying actually might be the better financial decision. If you don't, filing earlier may put more total dollars in your pocket. The problem is nobody gets to see their expiration date in advance. And that's why I think the wrong question is, what's the best age to claim Social Security? The better question is, what age makes the most sense for my life, my health, my spouse, my taxes, my savings, and most importantly, my goals, both financial and life. Age 62 is not automatically good. It's not automatically bad. It's simply one option inside a much bigger retirement strategy. So now that you've got that frame, let's start with the 7 reasons that it may be a smart decision to take Social Security early. Reason number 1, if your health is poor or you have a family history that suggests a shorter life expectancy, well, filing at 62 can make a lot of sense. Now, nobody likes talking about mortality or dying or any of that. But ignoring reality, it doesn't improve your retirement plan. If your parents died young, or your grandparents died young, or you're dealing with serious health issues already at this point in your life, waiting until 70, it may not maximize your lifetime benefits. A larger monthly check is only valuable if you live long enough to collect it. So for some people, filing earlier ensures they actually receive meaningful benefits from a system that they paid into their whole lives for 40 years or more. And that brings us to reason number 2. And this one is particularly important to me because money at age 62, it's not the same as money at age 82. Most retirees experience what many planners call the go-go years, the slow-go years, and the no-go years. In your go-go years, you're still young enough to enjoy. You're vibrant, you have the energy, the mobility, and the flexibility. You can travel, you can golf, you can hike, you can visit family, take cruises, and you can finally do some of the things that you spent decades postponing and saving up for. So those are the go-go years. But now 20 years later, your bank account might be bigger, but your knees, your back, your energy level, and your desire to travel may not be there anymore, or it may be greatly diminished. So sometimes filing at 62 allows you to enjoy your retirement while you still are physically able and capable of enjoying it. And that's not emotional, that's actually really practical. Reason number 3, if you're retired or semi-retired, sometimes you just need income. So filing at 62 may reduce the amount you need to withdraw from your other investment accounts. And this becomes especially important during market downturns. Imagine retiring into a bear market. Your stocks are down 30% or 40%. Every dollar you withdraw is going to lock in those losses when most stock sell-offs are usually temporary and they usually come back within 6 to 12 months. Social Security can provide a guaranteed income floor that reduces the pressure on your portfolio. So sometimes the question isn't whether Social Security grows if you wait. Sometimes the question is whether your portfolio survives if you don't. And that's a very different calculation. Reason number 4, many retirees have a low tax window between retirement and the required minimum distributions that are usually required at age 73. Maybe you retired at 62, maybe you left work at 60. Your income could be significantly lower than it will be later in retirement, because once RMDs kick in, IRA withdrawals, pensions, investment income, and Social Security, they may all collide on your tax return. And for some people, claiming Social Security during those lower income years can actually make tax planning easier and make financial sense. So again, the best claiming age is not just about the size of the check, it's also about how much of that check you get to keep. Reason number 5, many married couples make the mistake of analyzing Social Security as 2 separate decisions. And let me just tell you something, it's not. It's a household decision, a single household decision. So if one spouse has a much lower earnings record, they may qualify for a spousal benefit based on the higher earner's record of earnings. But in many situations, the higher earner must file before those benefits become available. And that means filing earlier can unlock additional income for the household sooner. The mistake that people make is focusing on one person's benefit while ignoring the impact on the entire household and the entire family. Social Security planning is often less about individuals and it's more about coordination. And speaking of coordinations, I'd love to hear from you. When are you planning to take Social Security? Have you already filed at 62, or are you waiting for full retirement age or even age 70? Please leave a comment below and let me know what your thinking is. I read every comment and I can tell you from the action in my comment sections, your comments are probably going to help somebody else think about their situation and some of the questions they're asking for themselves too. All right, let's get back into this. Reason number 6. This is one of the most overlooked Social Security strategies. Suppose one spouse has a significantly larger benefit, but also has serious health concerns. In some situations, the lower earning spouse may choose to file early on their own record and later step up to the survivor benefit if the higher earning spouse passes away first. In that scenario, waiting years to increase a smaller personal benefit, it just may not make sense. Remember, the goal isn't necessarily to maximize your own benefit forever. Sometimes the goal is to maximize the household benefits over 2 lifetimes for both spouses. And that subtle distinction can change the math dramatically. And finally, reason number 7. Now, I want to discuss this one without judgment. Life doesn't always follow the plan. Stuff happens. People lose jobs, businesses fail, medical expenses appear, family members need help. Portfolios can underperform, and sometimes retirement just arrives earlier than we expected. So for many Americans, Social Security is not a bonus. It's a foundation of their retirement income. So here's the deal. If you need the money, filing at 62, it's not something to be ashamed of. And that's literally why the system exists. You spent decades, 30, 40 years paying into the system. You earned the benefit. This is not welfare. This is something you contributed to take care of you and build a foundation for yourself. So using it when you need it, it's not failure. It's the system working exactly as it was intended. Now, To be fair, there are absolutely situations where waiting can be the better choice. If you're in excellent health, you have a long family history of longevity, you possess substantial savings, and you don't need the income immediately, and you want the largest possible inflation-adjusted benefit, certainly delaying until 67 or even age 70 can be a fantastic strategy. And in fact, for many high net worth retirees, it probably is. Remember, the point of this video is not to convince anyone or everyone to file at age 62 or any age for that matter. The point is to convince you that filing at age 62 is not automatically wrong. All right, before we wrap up, if you're finding value in videos like this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications. We have a lot more retirement planning, Social Security information, and financial independence content coming your way. We publish multiple videos per week. Okay, let's wrap this up with my biggest takeaway here. Retirement is not about winning a spreadsheet. I always say this, retirement is way more than the numbers in your portfolio and your financial situation. It's about building a life that works. And sometimes the mathematically optimal answer is also the best life answer, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes the right decision is the one that helps you travel while your knees still work. Sometimes it helps you protect your portfolio during a market downturn or soft weakness period, or sometimes it helps you coordinate benefits with your spouse. Sometimes it simply just helps you sleep better at night because you have expenses. And again, the real question, it's not whether filing at age 62 is good or bad. The real question is whether filing at 62 supports your retirement plan. And as we've said, for some people, it won't. And for others, it may be one of the smartest financial decisions they will ever make. Because Social Security is about far more than maximizing a monthly check. It's about timing income, protecting assets, managing taxes, coordinating with a spouse, and using money while it still can improve your life. Remember this, we said it a few minutes ago. You paid into the system, you earned the benefit, it's yours to use. And if claiming Social Security at 62 helps you live a better, more secure, and more intentional retirement, that's not a trap. That may be the actual plan itself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.